This is J Groove with the Situation Room podcast. Okay, I'm back to talk to y'all about something that's been concerning me. You know, I had mentioned about patterns. You have to watch patterns. But is it me, or have anyone else noticed the mortality rate of people in a certain age group during this pandemic? You know, it seems like it's people, majority of people. I'm taking an access look at it from where I live. But according to the obituaries and people that I know. But have anyone else noticed that it seems like people who's not surviving, or whatever the case may be, is at a certain age range? It seems to look like they're almost at Social Security age, or just beginning to receive their Social Security benefits. Now, I know a little bit about viruses, you know, so what I'm trying to figure out is, how do you have a virus that gonna be pre-selective in age groups? And I get that older people may have certain health issues and stuff like that, but I never seen anything as targeted as this. You know, it really doesn't add up to me, because one thing I do know about viruses, they're non-selective. Most of the time, they are non-selective. So this one seemed to be targeting a certain age group of people, you know. I'm trying to find some research on the mortality rate and the age of people that has been primarily affected, you know, by this. I may have to come back with that information in another video, but it was just something that was on my mind that I noticed. Let me come back to you with that information. Okay, I found a chart from the CDC website, and this is a chart from 2019 up until July the 7th, 2021 by age. This is from the CDC. Okay, looking at this chart, it seems as if you have a better rate if you did catch it, if you are under 40. So according to this chart, anything after the age of 40, you have a high morbid rate. So from 40 to 49 years of age, the reported deaths was 18,534. From age 50 to 64, it was 94,632. And from age 65 to 74, it's 132,922. And from the age of 75 to 84 years of age, it's 163,531. And from the age of 85 and older, it's 177,322. That's insane. It really is. It seems like we have something selective, get rid of the old and feeble. I mean, that's according to me reading this chart. Is get rid of the old and feeble. And this notation that says from the same information I pulled from the CDC. This was published by John Efling, July the 14th, 2021. And it reads, between the beginning of January the 20th and January the 7th, 2021, of 596,740 deaths caused by COVID in the United States, around 177,322 had occurred among those aged 85 and older. I don't know what to say about that. I just really don't. Now that's just some basic statistic right there. I really haven't dove really deep inside it, but I probably will, and come back a little later, like I said, in a second video, and just see what we're really looking at so far as the morbid rate among the ages, you know. But like I said, I've never seen a targeted virus before. I just never seen it, you know, because if you look back in history and you look at all the pandemics, like the Spanish flu, blue bunny plague, and it didn't target age, it just target whoever got it. You know, that's how that worked. You know, it didn't target age group. And I'm quite sure people today is more healthier than the people that's probably was, you know, back along those times. I'm quite sure, because they probably didn't go to the doctor like people do nowadays. So I'm not understanding the data and in what relation would it target older people, you know. But I'm yet to look for the not only the age, but the ethnicity and the race of the person. So I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper into it and see can I get that information, and I'll be back in another video and we're gonna take a look at it a little bit more. This is the article published by John Efling, July 14th, 2021. It's on the same site, a statistic that comes from the CDC. And it's saying deaths reported in the U.S. as of July 7th, 2021 by age. And it's just a little small excerpt, and it says, between the beginning of January 2020 and July 7th, 2021, of 596,740 deaths caused by COVID in the United States, around 177,322 had occurred among those aged 85 and older. Okay, guys, I took the liberty of finding some information on the pandemics and some of the pandemics that throughout world history. So I'm gonna go through a few of them. I don't want to make this video real long, but you know it may be a little longer than usual, so just bear with me. But I kind of like just want to get this information out. Okay, I'm going to be taking a look at some pandemics over the history of time and how it affected the world on a global scale. I'll be looking at 10, and I think it will be countdown to where we are today. Most of these you may be familiar with from history, class or whatever the case may be. But we're going to take a look at a few of them, if you can just bear with me. And so this will give a little understanding on how it works. Okay, I'm going to take a look at 10 pandemics throughout history. This is from the website worldatlas.com. Number 10, I'm going to start at number 10, according to the website. Number 10 was the Antonine Plague. I guess that's how you pronounce that. Antonine or Antonine. But anyway, it was between 165 AD through 180 AD. Also known as the Plague of Galen. It was an ancient pandemic that broke out across the Roman Empire through Asia, all Roman cities in Italy and Greece. Eventually it reached Spain, Egypt, North Africa, among other areas. At the height of the pandemic, it killed 2,000 people per day. Now that's a lot of people per day. Like I was saying that, back then, people didn't have the modern medicine that we have today. And it say many believe that it was caused by smallpox and the measles. Okay, I'm going to go down to number 9, which is the Black Death. It occurred between 1347 and through 1352. And it said, it says, it was the deadly pandemic that swept through Europe and Asia, among other continents, that killed an estimated 25 million people in Europe. Aside from having fever and chills, those afflicted also had blood and pus seeping out of swellings all over the body. And then we had the smallpox between 1870 through 1874. And before, and the description said, before the world completely rid itself of the horrendous disease, it swept through continents, killing 3 out of 10 victims. Those who survived were left with deep scars, which were even found in 3,000-year-old mummies, showing that it ravaged ancient civilization for thousands of years. It was in 1870, during the Franco-Prussian War, that smallpox spread throughout the world. From Europe, it reached Asia through America, causing 500,000 deaths worldwide. And this was the smallpox pandemic. Cholera. I'm quite sure we all heard about cholera. Cholera was between 1871 to 1824. And the description says that the first of 7 cholera pandemics emerged in India in 1817. According to the World Health Organization, cholera is an acute diarrheal infection caused by the ingestion of food or water contaminated with the bacterium Vibrio cholerae. 3 years after it spread throughout India, it reached different countries in Asia. In 1821, it was brought by British troops traveling from India, even to countries outside Asia. Okay, I'm going to pause right there for 1 second and make a point. Doesn't that seem eerily similar to how they said scientists from the trace evidence said how the pandemic started? The very one right now that we have been experiencing worldwide. And generally, that's how infectious diseases that causes pandemic travel. It travels through one environment to the other. Whatever the origin or the source of the environment that it originated from, it's kind of hard to say, but I guess you have to look at the origin of it. The way scientists do, they gather the origin of the virus and look at where it started or where it originated from. Okay, the Russian flu of 1889. So the Russian flu started between 1889 and 1890. And the description said, called the first ever modern flu pandemic. The Russian flu was started in St. Petersburg, spread through Europe, infecting even prominent world leaders. See, when it says that tells me that this virus didn't discriminate. It didn't care who you was. You had a high rate of catching it. And then it say, after a few months, it reached virtually every part of the planet. An estimate 1 million died from the Russian flu. I don't know why I lost my picture. Let me go back. Okay, I seem to be having some technical difficulties. I lost some of my feeds to my pictures, but I put them up. But I'm going to go ahead and continue reading. The Spanish flu was between the Spanish flu of 1918 is considered the deadliest in history, infecting 1/3 of the world's population and killing 20 to 50 million people worldwide. It came in 3 ways. Okay? I'm gonna stop right there, and because I want to kind of like correlate the Spanish flu with what's going on now. It said it came in 3 ways. It's like what we're experiencing now. It began in 2019. Here we are into 2021, and we already have a new variant. And that's one thing that viruses do. They do mutate and take on new strands. So I'm assuming that what's happened with the Spanish flu. That's why it came in 3 ways. Because the strand changed and it was different variants of that Spanish flu. But it says the first wave was almost like the common flu and hit in the spring of 1918. The second wave that appeared in the fall of the same year was much more deadlier. See, that's what we was experiencing. Okay. It killed people within hours. Wow. Or a few days after the onset of the symptom. Now, let's go back. Let's go back to 2020. Doesn't that seem eerily, what's the word I'm looking for? Similar. Doesn't that seem eerily similar to the pandemic today? Okay, and it said the third wave that came the following year was just as deadly and added more to the death toll. Okay, and then we had the H3N2 pandemic, which this seemed like another variant of some flu type. And this was between 1968, but let me go down further. Yes, it is. It say the 1968 flu pandemic was caused by the influenza 9392 virus. Although relatively not as deadly as the virus, was highly contagious, that it spread throughout Southeast Asia within 2 weeks after it first emerged in Hong Kong in July of 1968. By December, the virus has reached the United States, United Kingdom, and other countries in Europe. It killed an estimate of 1 million people. Okay, and then I didn't know that they considered HIV AIDS as a pandemic, because I don't know why they consider that as a pandemic. But anyway, this occurred between 1981. Okay, it said the first case of acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, otherwise known as AIDS, was reported in 1981. Since then, HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, has spread globally, infecting more than 65 million people according to the CDC and prevention. There is still no known cure for the sexually transmitted disease, but there are already treatments that keep the virus under control, allowing people to live longer, which is true. Okay, and I think we all remember when the SARS come out. And so the SARS was between 2002 and 2004. Okay, I think this is just another variant of it's just like they never, sometimes virus may not never completely go away, but they can remain dormant for many of years, and then for some reason they will reemerge, But anyway, it's a severe acute respiratory syndrome, otherwise known as SARS, was first reported in
Guangdong, China in February 2003. Although experts believe it started in China as early as November 2002. After a few months, it spread throughout the countries in North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. It infected 8,098 people worldwide and killed 774 people. That's a low rate, and that's very good. Not good so far as those many people died, but it didn't get as bad as what we're seeing today, because I'm quite sure that was things put in place to kind of like catch it in time and kind of like contain it. That's the word I'm looking for. It was kind of like kept contained, so to speak. It say the disease caused high fever, body aches, dry coughs, which led to pneumonia in some cases. Now those three right there are similar to the pandemic today. High fever, body aches, dry cough, and then fluid building up in the lungs, But they are eerily similar, And this is the one I'm getting to now. It's the COVID-19 pandemic of 2019. And it's a coronavirus is believed to have originated in Wuhan in China. The virus spread throughout Europe, the rest of Asia, North America, and virtually every part of the world within months since its merge in late 2019. It inflicted over 2 million people and killed hundreds of thousands worldwide. Okay, those are just some other world pandemics. It's kind of strange that most all the flu viruses react in the same manner. But the only difference between survival and the amount of people affected, in my belief, was the modern medicine, But anyway, I just want to share that information, right there, so you can see the similarities in the different pandemics, and you can kind of like research the data for yourself and see how strands work and how variants work and how viruses mutate. But most of the time, they're non-selective. That's just the point I'm trying to make. They're like non-selective. It's not like I'm going to kill out these many people of this race or that race. Viruses is just like, I'm just going to find me a host and do away with them. That's generally how viruses work. And that's just the only point that I'm trying to make. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Leave your comments in the down in the comment section, and we may be able to get somewhere and understand some things.
Okay, I don't want to make this a super long video, but I just want to make some clarification on some things. I know some people think that this whole thing is not real, but that's okay because everybody is entitled to their opinion. But one thing we do know is for real, and that is death. Okay, according to the CDC .gov website, these are the different variants that's being monitored. Okay, the first variant is Alpha. That's B117. And it said this variant was first detected in the United States in December 2020. And the second one is Beta, B1351. This variant was detected in the United States at the end of 2001. And we have Gamma, P1. And it says that this variant was first detected in the United States in January 2021. And the fourth variant is Delta, B16172. And it says that this variant was first detected in the United States in March of 2021. And it also goes to say that based on the data, the most current variant is the B117, which would be the Alpha variant. So this is pretty much an ongoing process. So you still need to take precautions. Don't let your guard down. I mean, that's not a good thing to do. You still have to keep your guard up because like I say, viruses can mutate. What makes them mutate, I don't know. It depends on what host. It may be mutating that way when it travels from host to host. I don't know, but we do know that it does mutate. Okay, I took the liberty of breaking down those variant names. So Alpha is, we all know Alpha means 1. And this is most likely the first variant based on the name Alpha. Beta, we all know when something is in the beta stage, is more like a test or something to see how it behaves or how it works. So beta, it's in stage, it's in the second variant name. I guess that's when they begin to notice in the beta stage when it began to mutate again and kind of like, begin to behave differently. And then you have gamma, which is the rate of change, meaning that the variance is evolving at what pace? Is it fast or slow? But most likely, according to what I've read, the reason they name it gamma is because of the rate that it's changing. And delta, pretty much like gamma, but it just means that it has just made a complete change, from what I can gather, So delta mean that it's maybe the fourth and final change. I don't know. I don't know what other names that they can go to after delta, unless it'll be Bravo, meaning that, it's gone or it have been eradicated. So hopefully we'll get to Bravo, and meaning that it's gone, it no longer exists. So, we'll just see. And from time to time, we'll keep our eye on things, but I don't want to spend too much time with this. I just felt the need to put some of the information out there, and I know it's kind of hard, and stuff, and it's kind of overwhelming, and stuff, but because there's a lot that some people don't understand, but I'm a type of person who like to follow the data. I like to follow the science. That's what I do. I don't go on my own theory, so I'm not going to come over here and tell you something that I haven't backed up through research and data. I won't do that. But in the meantime, we just need to keep a close eye on things. And like I say, pay attention to pattern. Pay attention to things that are around you. Just pay attention to those things, because they are all telltale signs of what's going on, Okay, so I know a lot of people have concerns, and I know that a lot of people still haven't been, but I just suggest that you do your own research and see does the gain outweigh the risk, because everybody is different. So you have to do your own independent research on that and see whether it's something that's worth the risk for you. Because in life, everything is a risk, really. You really don't know from day to day, But so far as that, just do your own research. And I know we don't heard stories about, some people having side effects or whatever the case may be. But just do your own research, when it comes to that. Whether, the risk for you is going to benefit you, because no one else has the right to tell you what to do with your body. You know your body better than anybody, so just base everything on that, and you'll be just fine. So I'll be signing off for right now, and I'm your host, J Groove, and if you like to donate to my channel, I'll leave everything in the description box. And please be sure to like, share, and click the notification bell so you'll know every time I upload a new video. So y'all be good, and I'll be signing off for now. See you soon.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell for new uploads.